It's the MEO Rip Curl Portugal Pro presented by Corona, and we are into the women's opening round. We just got through the men's round with some surprising upsets. Now it's time to look to the women. Tyler Wright, Bettylou Sakura Johnson, and Tersa Bonvalot all out on the water in this first heat of the opening round for the women. I'm Kaipo along with the Hall of Famer.
It is. It will be. A lot more opportunities, I think, with the fuller tide. We saw it happen yesterday as we watched Tyler Wright on her first wave here. Just a big float to start off this one. Crowd loves it. When you fall out of the sky like that, the crowd will just eat that up. Great heat here for Tersa Bonvalot, obviously the Portuguese surfer being able to compete in front of her home country.
The injury for Joanne Defay. Looking at the two-time world champ here, Tyler Wright on her opening ride, Pete.
Yeah, and you'd have to say this season, watching Tyler Wright carrying a...
Suffered a broken foot. Here we go. Oh, Bettylou Sakura Johnson just up and down, so not a great start, but plenty of time on the clock, 25 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yeah, she's had a couple quick waves now for Bettylou, so a little bit out of position.
Tersa Bonvalot, the goofy foot, let's see. And here she goes on the left. Tersa off the bottom, nice snap off the top, swooping snap, looks to the lip again and gets late there, goes incomplete. Unfortunate for the Portuguese surfer, looking like she was on her way to a nice score.
So I gave everything, and yeah, I was still nervous, but I'm stoked that I did.
It was a great way to start. You could tell that you were surfing freely. Walk us through that high seven.
I saw the highest score was I think Scherer,
which hasn't happened in a long time. Here we go, Tyler Wright. Look at this attempt.
This is pretty cool. You know, again, utilizing obviously the power in the wave. Good timing there. Got the above the lip.
At all, but to your point, she does have an opportunity. It would have to be, you know, she's got to get into like the quarterfinals. She really needs to get into the finals day to have a chance at that. Here she goes on the backhand, looking down the line, and no opportunity. So I would classify that as a priority error for Tersa Bonvalot.
And in her own home country, right? All of her family's here, all of her fans. So she's going to be able to use that support.
Bettylou Sakura. Nice hook off the top, just dropping into that one. Sakura has to get through this flat section. She's going to redirect to the right. Oncoming section, nice little snap there. Lively wave for Bettylou Sakura Johnson. Currently in third. She just needs a 1.28 to move to second. She's going to do that and more. So we're going to see a shifting in the placings here at the 17-minute, 45-second mark.
Can't hear, nice clean first section. Little airdrop out of it. Drives through that turn there and then stayed with it. You know, this wave's kind of split, but there's some energy there, so she shifts across, gets all that speed, and then redirects it. And another section here, carve. So just the two turns, not going to be a huge number by any means. It's true, though. I mean, you think about Relsun, she's royalty. She really is. I mean, I remember even from my hood, we loved Relsun.
Speaking of hoods, here is Tersa Bonvalot on this left. She's already got a 3.5 to her credit. 2.37 is going to take her into second place in advancing. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 2.57 for Tersa Bonvalot. So she is in the lead. Bettylou Sakura Johnson is just going to get a fractional score here. Tyler Wright sitting patient with priority.
You know, that the sand has been very solid.
This happened during the break. This is the 6-point ride for Tersa Bonvalot.
There you go, two-turn combo, and her backhand solid. You know, she comes from an area that loves those little right-handers, and that's where her forte is. But look at that vertical approach, and she drives through that turn. You could, there was a significant notice in that difference.
You know what I noticed? She lost the hood.
She did. She took it off, huh? Too hot. I was going to say, I mean, when you're dealing with it, or unless it got blown off.
So congratulations to Rip Curl for becoming a B Corp. It's a landmark event there for the Ultimate Surf Company. Rip Curl. Bettylou Sakura Johnson here, currently in second place in this heat. Why? Because Tersa Bonvalot just dropped a 6-point ride to take the lead.
Here, as we watch the replay here of Bettylou Sakura Johnson, this wave kind of ran off. She sets it up with these two snaps and then tries to chase down this final section and can't get there. So she just bails out off of it by sitting it out. And with that, hoping that she can find herself a solid number.
Tyler Wright just needs a 2.37 to take that second place and advancing position off of Bettylou Sakura Johnson. It's going to be Tersa Bonvalot here, though, our heat leader. Finds a nice right, gets up in the lip, nails it. So,
wow.
Perhaps, well, she needs to do better than a 3.5, Peter, to increase her scoreline. Do you think she did?
In a good position, too. You saw right there, she had to go over the back, so she gave the position up. Not really gave it up, but had to give way to that one big maneuver from Tersa Bonvalot. But I feel like it's going to be better than the 3.5. You know, and it's going to add to their point total. So she's building confidence. The hood's off her head, and she's fired up.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times you can read a surfer's.
Bit of insight for you, Kaipo. So I was talking to Bina, who is Teresa's friend and videographer, and Tersa actually hit her head with her fin a few days ago during a free surf at Baleal, so she had to get 6 stitches in, but she told me she's totally fine, as you can see in her heat, and she's on her step-up board today, which seems like it's making a difference in this one, you guys.
I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, Tyler's paddling out. You try to get out of everyone's way, and the best way to do that is to duck dive out of there, which is exactly it, and right there in that moment, Bettylou should not even pay attention to it. It's like she's not even there. But you watch the replay here of that last one, score is in for that. And it is enough. She moves into second.
Wright might have just done that. Here we go. Bettylou Sakura Johnson with the answer back on the backhand. A little snap to set up. Times that and cannot survive the convergence of water right there between that oncoming right.
Nice size set wave here. So the first section's beautiful. Again, nice carve off the top. But she needed this second section really to solidify the score. It would have been her best number. But since she falls out of that, I would say that the lead will probably change from Tyler into second and Bettylou to third.
Yeah.
And you wonder if there's a little effect of Tyler here, just you know, in your peripheral. You're going to have some surfer there. Look at, she sees her right there.
Yeah.
And she's punching through. I mean, there was a little bit of effect there. You see that?
Yeah, and rarely does that ever get called.
And ultimately, you're, as a surfer, you know how to duck dive. You can get out of the way.
Tyler Wright. Oh. It looks like she was on the trajectory for a big top turn, but
Bettylou got her back.
Here we go. We're going to stick with Bettylou Sakura Johnson on that split peak. Sakura, lip glide to completion, looking to improve upon a 2.7.
And it's going to improve her situation. Not going to be a huge number there. Felt like she was a little tentative, to be honest here. I think that there was obviously, do not want to make a mistake on your final move, and it almost kind of showed up in that last. She is a bit more aggressive in the lip. Let's see what Tersa does here on her attempt, going to above the lip. I like it. You know, she's got the lead. Yeah, and we love it. You know, all the surfers representing who they are on their backs.
Down to 5 seconds. And it could be an upset in this first heat of the opening round. The young wild card, Tersa Bonvalot, taking out the win. Bettylou Sakura Johnson, she's going to go into the round of 16. Tyler Wright into the elimination round. More coming your way here from Super Tubos right after this.